You got a story about Mark Maron? He touched you. He made a pass? You want to burn this bridge? What the fuck? What's up, all you what the fuckers?
What the no fuck nicks?
Fuck. Hold on. Come to Largo and watch me play guitar. I'm Mark Maron.
No, he. When I started comedy, I was like probably a year or two in, so like maybe 2007, 2008 era. I was writing something with some guy, a comic named Danny LaBelle, who you may or may not know.
I know Danny LaBelle, yeah. He does great impersonations.
Yeah. And he was like, Grandma, that's how he talks. Grandma, come to the Union Square Whole Foods. You can go up there and sit for free, and they got Wi-Fi. No one kicks you out.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so I guess we'll meet there. And then he goes, Mark. Hey, Mark, my old pal, how are you? and he's like, and you know, and he's like, hey, Danny.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mark, how you doing, man? Hi. You know, he's like, you should thanks for, because Danny LaBelle had the first ever podcast about comedy.
Oh, really?
The first ever. It was called Comical Radio, and he used to do it out of a college radio station in Manhattan, but then they would record it and post it as a podcast.
Yeah.
And they would get whoever the headliner for Comics Comedy Club with an X on the end in Chelsea.
I played that.
Which doesn't exist anymore.
It does exist in
our hearts?
In Connecticut.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's in the Mohegan Sun.
It's the same owner and everything?
Not the exact same owner. They were original investors and they took the name.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like a cool comedy club, and it only lasted like 8 months because they treated comics well. And so
I love that place.
It was great.
I saw Louis run Hilarious there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
So whoever the headliner was, we were part of the press junket.
Yeah.
And somehow. Anyway, he was like, hey, Mark, how's it going? Thanks for being on the podcast. You should come back. And he's like, hey, Danny. When he's like, what are you up to? He's like, well, I'm actually thinking of starting my own podcast.
Wow.
I had no idea who this guy was. And I was like, man, this guy's like in his mid-40s. That is so sad. I remember thinking, what a loser. I was like 25 or 6.
I'm fucking 40 now. Are you in your 40s?
I am 34.
Really?
No, I'm 41.
Wow. You look young.
Yeah, you look great.
We look way better than Mark Maron did when he was 41.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I think
But he had a harder life.
I think you guys did
Maybe.
a lot less drugs.
Yeah. I never got addicted to cocaine. I just like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't like it.
How many times have you done it?
I did. You were there one time when I did a bump. I've only done a bump. I've never done a whole line.
It's just like a little blast of, it's like a blast of energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some confidence in there.
I'm tired. I don't believe in myself.
Yeah.
What do I need? Cocaine.
Yeah.
So my thing is I don't want to
They're going to advertise cocaine.
I never want to be up that late.
I do.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I'm up that late anyway.
Graham's chasing pussy.
What time
Trying
are
to
you?
snare me some pelt.
You guys meet our guest for today, Graham K.
Thank you.
He's a Canadian.
He knows my name.
He's from Ottawa. Mm-hmm. He's a very talented comic.
Thanks, you too.
He's had a TV show on the now defunct Fuse network.
That's right.
Oh, really?
He's
4
performed
episodes.
all over the world.
I didn't know you were just Graham K. Cool dude to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had this much success.
Graham K.
Yeah, that's why.
Cool dude.
That's why my
You
life's
might have
so
seen
easy.
him in a stadium near you with one Nate Bargatze.
My friend Nate, I opened for him, and he's now graduated to stadiums. This Thursday, I'm going to be performing where the Carolina Hurricanes play.
Have you played a stadium yet?
Yes.
How is it? Is it
It's
fun
not-
or scary?
It is. It's more of a job. I wouldn't say it's scary because it's like, but it's.
You kind of have to perform though, right?
You
Like
really got to be big, and it's like the best is 1,200 seat theater.
Yeah.
Man, you can just like especially if you're that big.
Yeah.
Like because I couldn't do it, but if you're big enough to get a 1,200 seat theater, they're all there to see you. They're very partisan crowd. They're like, do you remember doing bringer shows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's like when you're starting comedy, and in order to get stage time, you have to bring 5 friends. Blah blah. Call it bringer show. But anyway, those shows were always so good because even though everyone on the show is bad, the crowd laughs more than a regular show because they are your friends. They are your fans. So Nate can get like 12 to 3,000 people. Yeah. And then now he's doing arenas. So,
but 20,000 people now.
Well, no, it's more like 8.
Okay.
Because they do half.
Yeah.
It's like everyone in that building is like way on board, and then you're his opener, and you're his friend, so they like you. And it's just like and it just the 1,200 is it's the perfect size because
do you ever feel like
theaters, so they're built for sound.
Yeah,
just like the laughter's contagious, and the bounces bounce off the walls, and people are just like it's really fun. And then a big stadium is fun too, but it's so high and cavernous, the laughter and the noise goes away and you can't quite hear it because they're so far away. So the contagion of laughter doesn't really spread as evenly or as quickly. So you kind of have to move around the stage more and play to one side, play to the middle, play to the other. So you can kind of...
You know what I decided was dumb? Comedy in the round. I think it's a dumb thing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I like it. I've only done it like a handful of times, but
I think a special in the round, no offense to Nate, I think he's one of the greatest comics of our era.
Yes.
But I just think it's a guaranteed recipe for disaster. Not disaster per se, because he had a great special, but you're always putting your back to some part of your crowd.
Oh, I kind of like turning around.
You have now.
You don't even move on stage.
But this is
you don't move at all.
This is a chance for me to move.
Nate Bargatze doesn't move, and he made it work.
Yeah.
I think it helps to they have screens everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I think he wanted to do it there because Richard Pryor filmed the special there.
What was it?
I think it was the one where he's wearing a red.
No, but what's the place? Weren't you there?
No, it was in Arizona.
Ugh.
Here's my question. Grant.
Gross.
As an opener, do you ever feel like the audience, like you're a nuisance to the audience? You're a hurdle that they have to
get that vibe that they're like,
through.
Get to Nate.
No, but I get that vibe with you though.
Yeah. I'm trying to talk to Andy more.
Yeah. No, I think
that's what's going on in my head when I open.
Yeah. No. Well, I'll just address it.
Do you want to try a painful experiment now?
Yes, I'd love that.
You have one nose hair that I can see. Can I pull it out?
No.
Let me pull it out.
Got it.
Oh my God.
Nice job. That's what I wanted to do.
Did you really get it?
I don't want you to. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you got it.
Hey, thanks. I'm on camera.
You threw it on the ground. We should have kept it.
No.
Could have given it to somebody.
You gotta blow it. I'll pick it back up and blow it. And then you know.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
Yeah,
that's what you do. You blow it into your lover's mouth.
Well, I'll tell you something gross. My friend is very strange. He's actually coming to visit me tomorrow. He's an engineer who are weird. He's a musician and an engineer.
Okay.
So strange people. In college, he's like, Graham, I've developed a weird habit where I pluck my nose hairs and I chew on them.
Whoa.
It's like, whoa.
Gross.
Yeah, don't share that guy's name. Yeah. He'll hate you forever.
No, you won't care.
That actually seems like a kind of a lead into our topic today.
I don't know if it does. But
do you know what I mean? At all? By that?
Weird. OCD?
No. Autism.
Oh, autism. So I have OCD, but my brother has autism. I may have autism too. Who's to say?
That's something that we'll get into, but it's obviously like it's a spectral thing,
sure,
right? Because there's people that could have. There's probably people.
Yeah.
Any of us could have it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure I'm exhibiting it right now on the podcast.
Are you texting back somebody or are you looking up something?
I'm just looking up the 20 famous autistic people.
I don't think that, I think that if 2 people had autism out of the 3 of us, it would be you and I.
Yeah.
I don't know if Wilfred has it.
Yeah.
I think you're just more nervous. And
yeah, I definitely have more anxiety.
Beta. Yeah, you have anxiety.
Beta.
I think
stop talking.
I think all of those words are stupid and made up by idiots, but I think anxiety is a real thing.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
But I have anxiety.
Sure, you
definitely have anxiety.
Have 2 things. Sometimes I catch you staring at my shoulder when you should be looking at my eyes.
I'm real bad with the eye contact, which is a big tell of spectral.
Do you know why that is?
Why? Windows into our souls.
That's right. And if you have none, because you have a disability, if you're not a person, no, just kidding. So people with autism who are wonderful people and divergence.
Mhm.
It's good to have different types of brains in our society, for sure. But one of the things that they do have is that why bright lights bother them, why like loud noises, why if you're in a grocery store and the bing bong aisle 7, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
and then the music in the background, and then the clinking of bottles and the tray, and then the cartwheels, and you can't look at people's faces, you look at their shoulder, is because they have sensory overload. Their like camera aperture is open all of the way all day.
Okay.
So when you look at someone's face,
Yeah.
there's so much information to process. There's like just a million things we don't even think about. Even as people who do not have autism, like I remember having when I was in acting class, you would have to sit in front of somebody. One of the exercises was just to look at each other's eyes for a minute. And it is so painful to do that. But that's what they're going through in the first millisecond.
That's how Wilfred makes love.
Yeah.
It's
Just
a lot
minute.
of a lot of eye contact until she looks at her phone.
Yeah. And that's how I know I'm finished.
So, you have a brother who is, what would you call his, I don't mean to, and by the way, I don't want to like.
What level?
Yeah.
Yeah. About a 9.8.
Oh, he's pretty up there.
No, I'm kidding. He's probably like.
I don't want a number, but like, what's the diagnosis?
Yeah, what they say is like, it is tricky, the verbiage.
9.8 helped me though.
What's that?
That did help me. 9.8, that's a good.
No, he's not 9.8. But if you do 10, I would say he's about a 6.
Is he?
So he's an 8-year-old. He's an 8-year-old, a balding 8-year-old.
Is he verbal?
And he lives on his own. An 8-year-old.
He lives on
He's
his
an
own.
8-year-old. 8-year-olds can speak.
Okay.
He's an 8-year-old.
Some probably can't. I don't know.
Well, they have autism, and they're lower on the spectrum. Yeah,
We're higher on the scale though.
higher on the scale. Yeah.
Is it lower or higher?
Higher.
Oh, because higher functioning. I get it.
It's, you know what? I host a podcast about autism awareness with my podcast partner who has a nonverbal son who is balding.
Balding is a trend in this?
No.
Okay.
It's just an example of how someone could be an adult and not speak.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, people always think of people with autism as children, but they become adults.
Yeah.
And then anyway, I have a podcast about autism, and I'm always confused about what it is. If it's higher on the spectrum, lower on the spectrum. I think higher on the spectrum means
Balder.
Yeah. I actually don't know. Anyway, how severe is his autism? It's like somewhere in the middle, above middle.
He lives on his own.
He lives on his own,
so that's
but
pretty functioning.
He does, but if anything goes wrong, he needs help. So like he only lives on his own because my parents live down the street. And can
How
help
wrong
him.
is anything that goes wrong?
Like if he lives in an apartment building, if the water gets shut off on Monday, because how that happens in apartment buildings.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then that's gonna he won't understand. He won't be able to understand the note, and he won't. He won't be able to understand what that means for him or how he should prepare. He can cook for himself, pretty poorly, but most men are also pretty bad at it, but he's trying his best.
Yeah.
But he's making like grilled cheese sandwiches. He can cook a steak. He can make macaroni.
That's impressive.
We make sure he eats a salad every day, but it's basically like 4 leaves in a soup of ranch.
Yeah.
But, you got to, come on, maybe we should buy less ranch. And he's like, okay.
I got to say, making a steak without setting off the smoke alarm,
pretty impressive.
that's very hard to do.
Yeah.
Can he grocery shop?
No.
So you're buying the food for him.
He has a helper man who comes every week or 2 weeks. I forget what it is.
And they live in Canada. So is that kind of like government's assistance? That's great.
Yes.
That's what a real functioning society looks like.
Yes. So my podcast partner has his
Kirk,
son,
right?
Kirk
Yeah.
Smith, funny, he's a comedian. He lives in
Sweden.
His son lives in Sweden because America doesn't have the resources to take care of his son.
Yeah,
they do, but you'd have to be a millionaire.
Yeah, we talked about we didn't talk with Kirk on this, but you guys talk about this on the podcast, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That his son's mother was Swedish and she passed away, and he couldn't afford to bring the son over here because it just would compromise his quality of life.
What's the best place to be autistic?
Sweden, probably.
Probably one of those Scandinavian countries, Canada,
Yeah.
Australia. I mean, the UK is probably pretty good. Definitely not America.
Definitely not America.
I mean, it's a great place to have autism if you live in a major city center and you are your parents are multimillionaires.
Yeah.
Really? So if you were a multimillionaire in New York?
Oh, yeah, it'd be a great place to have autism.
Really?
Great place.
Why?
Yeah,
Because there's facilities.
There's facilities. They have
Professionals.
It's America. They have the best things here, but there's a paywall.
Yeah.
I just assumed that like a New York would be overstimulating.
Probably. You didn't think about that, did you? Pretty selfish to the neurodivergents.
Well, I mean, you could live in Brooklyn and it would be the same as any other kind of city.
Turns out I nailed it.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have autism.
You've been kicked off the pod.
Yeah.
Next guest, please.
So you bring up neurodivergency. I've noticed a trend lately, which is people just claiming autism, which I've actually gotten in trouble for because I've made jokes about how I'm probably autistic. And then somebody contacts me through Instagram and they're like, hey, my son's autistic. You aren't autistic. Don't make fun of that.
What do they? So I don't understand what they're
there's
upset about. Are they upset like how is this in their minds? Is it like how Rachel Dolezal said she was black?
I think it's more that it kind of, by people, well, specifically me, if I say I'm autistic, then I feel the license to kind of make fun of autistic people.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of like, you're not autistic and you can't make fun of autistic people.
Yeah.
And then I think the other side of it is that there's just like, for some reason, there's this trend on TikTok where all these like preteens and teens are saying like they're neurodivergent, which is like probably on the spectrum, Asperger's, autistic, which they're self-diagnosing and they're kind of,
Yeah, it's a lot of TikTokers.
it's like virtue signaling, I guess, to some extent.
I agree.
Like it's like,
Yeah, it is.
oh, I'm also part of this disability, which I don't know if you call it a disability. Because some
is.
people, okay.
I mean, there is an argument within the autism world. Like a lot of people who are high functioning with autism will say it's not a disability; it's an advantage.
Well, because a lot of them have like a savant.
Well,
I can't say a lot of them, but that's like a
some,
trope.
but they're also, but you know, they can function just as in a society, you know, and get a job, and then they are intelligent. Like if they did an IQ test, they would do well, and they think differently, but they're awkward. They're like, and that those people who used to be called like Asperger's.
Yeah.
And now they're higher functioning autism spectrum. They always go. That's the group that says it's not a disability.
Yeah.
And I get that. If I was them, I wouldn't want people to think that I'm mentally retarded when I'm not.
Well, that was my joke, was that I was like, I think I might be autistic. Yeah. And it's a bummer because I don't have any of the superpowers.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't like look at a casino table and tell you which card's going to come out next.
Yeah.
But that's
right.
Not that funny.
Yeah, you have
and
nothing.
It hurts people's feelings.
Can you be emotionally retarded?
But here's the thing. My point.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't need you to say that.
Got him.
I was asking to set myself up.
Now you've been kicked off the podcast. So next co-host, please.
Get another weird guy.
Yeah.
You're a nice man.
All right.
All right.
That felt worse.
Yeah, you're a nice guy. No, but they're like, autism is not a disability. I'm like, and my podcast partner is like, well, my son smears shit on the wall.
Yeah.
It feels like a disability to me.
Yeah.
He can't say I love you. He's never going to experience love. I can't say I love you. I've never heard it from my son. He doesn't speak. He
doesn't recognize him, probably, right?
He does. He
He knows Kirk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full-blown disability.
Yeah.
My brother has a disability.
Yeah.
My brother will never be in love with a girl. He'll never have sex.
Oh, man.
You're telling me it's not a disability?
This is starting to feel like me.
Yeah. Well,
Damn.
You'll have sex, dude.
Oh, yeah, I'll have sex.
It'll happen this year.
mm-hmm. You'll leave it in, and you'll finish before she looks at her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60 seconds.
So
Dead
I'll
eye
keep
contact.
her phone in the living room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So does that bother you at all that people are trying to be neurodivergent? Or do you think it's like just corny?
I think it's a lot of young people trying to be part of a group. It's hard when you're so young, you don't have a personality yet. You don't know what yours is. So you just want to be part of something, and you know you're not cool, and you know that maybe you're a little strange. I mean, I think those people should get tested if they think that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing: it's not worth getting bothered over.
Yeah, I've been
for me.
Okay,
I've been starting to think like I like get hung up on people who their entire personality is the demographic that they represent.
Yeah,
and it makes me not want to like it makes me dislike that demographic.
Yeah.
And then now I'm realizing like it's just they haven't discovered who they are.
That's right.
And so I need to be a little bit more forgiving.
It's the internet is just being niche. We're all connected, so the more niche you are, the more easily. Before it meant that you were alone. Now it means you
find your
algorithm will push you to your people, and there's millions of you.
Yeah,
and so it encourages users to search for a niche. I had a stroke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's change topics. What is a stroke?
Well, it's when you can't feel your left side, and
I like it if you left it at left. If you can't feel your left.
I know. I just ate a big sandwich before I got here.
Oh, what was it?
It's kind of fighting back.
What kind of sandwich?
I had a Anthony and Sons panini in Brooklyn, which with a chicken cutlet. And
Anthony and Sons. That's the one in Williamsburg.
Yeah,
very good sandwiches.
Very good.
Very good.
$16 with tax.
Dude, I've been spending so much
money. Was
that
a good one
food.
or a good price?
That's
or
bad.
Price?
Bad price. Very good though.
But
very
great
tasty.
sandwich.
Yes, eggplant, roasted peppers.
Dude, me and Rufat went to.
Fresh mozzarella.
We were going up to Maine and just needed to get gas somewhere.
Yeah.
Balsamic vinegar.
And then we went over to this. We were looking for a place to eat. Just went to this place called the Rusty Can, North Massachusetts. The best barbecue.
Oh wow!
In Massachusetts,
North Massachusetts, like just stumbled upon the best barbecue.
I love that. That's a fun thing about a road trip.
Yeah, road trips are great.
Fun sunglasses at the gas station and
cool hat,
and exciting meats.
Exciting meats.
Yeah,
that's Graham's new podcast. Exciting meats with Graham K. Today we got smoked zebra. Is it that exciting? Smoked zebra?
That would be.
It would be better if it was striped when you cut the fur off.
Tastes a little gamey.
Yeah.
I bet you'd have to put it in a stew.
Yeah.
I bet it's a tough meat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got this hat on a road trip.
I was looking at that hat and thinking that's got road trip material on it. Because, one good thing about a road trip is thrifting.
I love to get a cup of joe, walk around, and thrift.
You're a thrifter? I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like thrifting.
I don't like the experience. I don't like shopping.
I love shopping.
And I don't like the smell of a thrift shop, a big one.
I understand that.
Yeah.
The big ones don't smell good.
Yeah.
But the little kind of
it's not
smell
like
good.
It's not like a specific, it's not mildew. It's not.
It's old. It's sweat from the 70s.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a specific
ancient
Goodwill smell.
Yeah, it's dead people's sweat.
But I do love.
That's all it is. Dead people's sweat.
Finding good furniture.
Oh But then you can't take it home though.
Sometimes you can
from Boise or whatever.
Yeah.
How do you get it home?
U-Ship.
Yeah, that's the name of the company.
Yeah, it's a shipping platform.
Oh,
I did a whole tried to do a business of vintage furniture, and then I was like, what am I doing?
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Did you get rid of all that stuff?
Sold it all, yeah. I didn't throw anything away. I just sold it or put it places.
I love
people.
furniture.
Yeah, you have a good little setup in your place.
I just redid I restained my cabinets, painted an accent wall,
Whoa.
and I put a butcher's block veneer over my crappy kitchen counter.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah, this is pussy getting mowed, Graham.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Come on, sniff, sniff. Spare me some pelt. Shh, shh, shh. That's how you get them, folks.
Thanks for telling us, Graham. Yeah. I'm going to bring that home to my wife tonight.
I want money so I can redo my furniture.
They like it.
Yeah, they do. I'm going to do that to my wife. So going back to the topic at hand, you are pretty close in age to your brother?
3 years. I'm 3 years older.
Were you guys ever in school together?
No, he couldn't go to my school.
Not even elementary?
Oh,
No.
No, he's like, my voice got like something got caught in it, and then I liked the way it sounded, and I kept talking.
Yeah, I get it. I know what that's like.
You know. But anyway, there's that sandwich fighting back.
Yeah, it's fighting back.
Jeez.
It wants its $15 back.
I go back there for $15. You think it would settle a little better, eh? I had a goddamn podcast sound like a farting asshole. I just walk away.
You're so Canadian. Hey, give me a dart, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he couldn't go to school with you, but I'm wondering, what I'm trying to get to is, did you have to go through that thing as a kid where people were conscious that your brother was autistic and they gave you guff?
Weren't you a mess in school too, though?
Yeah.
Because your OCD was fucking you up.
Yeah. Well, it kind of was like, I think maybe as I look back on it, partly because of the stress from my brother, but I did have pretty bad OCD where I had to touch everything 3 times.
I know what that's like.
Or 9 times if I didn't have the right thought on the 3rd time. And I thought my face was going to change into a killer. And so I had to do it. And if I didn't...
What did you mean by killer?
Like a killer I saw on the news or...
like literally morph into another person's face.
Yeah, you know it's crazy, but you can't stop it. That's the thing about OCD. It's obsessive compulsive disorder. You feel like you're watching yourself do it like from above.
Do you descend into it in stressful times now?
A little bit. When I'm tired, maybe. I'll start flicking the lights 3 times and I'll be like, what am I doing when I go to bed? It's pretty much gone. I think a lot of it had to do with hormones. So it happens it manifests itself a lot of times in your early teens, late tweens. But anyway, I think that was probably had to do with having an autistic brother and, loud, crazy parents who are good people. They're still together. I love them very much. But, they're interesting. My parents are for sure interesting. So I had to go through the whole thing of like protecting my brother.
Did people make fun of you?
Well,
did people say retard?
Oh yeah.
Oh
to
yeah.
him, yeah. But there was always like kind of maybe behind my back. I think only one time I had to defend him. It was on like a ski hill. It was very Gwyneth Paltrow-esque.
Yeah.
My brother was like snowboarding or he was skiing or something, and this like. He kind of like skied around this woman and then she fell and then her husband like attacked my brother and my dad and I had to like beat up this guy.
That's
nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a way to bond with your father.
Yeah. What my dad, he's the guy just was not expecting, I mean, I might have been like 14, 15, but I was still like 6'2", 6'3", and my dad is like 6'5", 250 pounds.
So this man's experience,
two giant men to be like,
is a large boy ran over his wife, and then 2 large men came and beat him up.
Well, the way we gave him a chance, and we were like, he has autism, and he was like, I don't give a fuck about your retarded son. Blah, blah, blah.
And then
my dad, we were just like, I remember I just started shaking.
Yeah.
I was like,
you had to punch him 3 times, and then you were like, I don't have the right thought. I have to punch him 9 times.
Yeah. I have a joke. I have a joke I'm doing in my act where I say something very similar, just so you know.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I got sent away to boot camp. And everyone was good at fighting, and I'd never been in a fight in my life because I got sent to boot camp because they were like, "Are you on drugs?" And it was the '90s.
Wait, hold on. Let's not leave the fight first. I want to know who punched first.
Anyway, I have a joke about that, so I'm not stealing it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Sorry,
but anyway, he stuck his pole. He was snowboarding, my brother, so he stuck his pole like right by his crotch, in between his legs, and he pushed him over. And then my dad was like, you can't. And then he said the retard word, and my dad just fucking hit him. And then I think I hit him in like the back or something, like punched as hard as I could. Tried to get his like ribs or something.
Did you guys depart?
Yes.
Nice. I love this.
I
love a fight on a ski because there's nothing he can do.
No.
He can't be like, I got my ass kicked.
It's
I'm
weird
calling
to
the
fight.
cops.
Everyone's got planks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
So
you
great.
Can't really maneuver.
I'm so glad you guys didn't get to kicking with ski boots. That would be so hard.
Oh, you'd kill somebody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, it was like in the middle of the run. It wasn't at the bottom.
Yeah.
It was like it was on a very steep
Oh, really?
grade.
It'd be funny to beat him up and then he slid down the hill.
Yeah.
And then his wife leaves with you and your dad.
Mm-hmm. Now we're all gonna have sex with your wife. Teach her how to ski.
That rocks, dude.
Yeah, I mean the main thing is like we had a very tight knit block. I grew up like downtown in the city, and so
Of Ottawa.
and so everyone on the block knew my brother, and took like help. Like they just got it. Like there was like probably 10 kids on my block, 12 kids, all this like within 3 years of each other, and everyone kind of got it. And so he went to a separate school. That's when he would get like abused and stuff from other kids. And
At his school?
Yes.
Oh, because it was mixed. It just happened to have an autism program?
You asked me if I had to defend them. I never really saw him get abused because he was at a different place.
But I mean, like, he didn't go to a school with all autistic kids.
He went the way that it was really dumb. They had it like all the extra need kids were in one school, and so it was like half mentally delayed or disabled children, and half kids who with like fetal alcohol syndrome with like knives.
Oh, cool.
like smoking cigarettes and knives and dealing weed, and
So
like,
your brother probably like had a cigarette with an
no,
FAS
but
kid.
he got my brother broke up with his best friend Brian Moore because he smoked cigarettes and kept a messy room.
That's good.
Yeah,
I bet he probably keeps a messy room though, right?
my brother is immaculately clean.
Really?
Can't dust to save his life, but everything
Doesn't
is in
get
order.
dust.
Everything is in order.
Okay.
Cannot see the dust.
Does he have some of those, like, I'm looking up symptoms and kind of stuff here. There's a lot of sequencing and repetition and things like that with autism. Does he do that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Like perfectly aligned bookshelf kind of?
Yes.
He's into
his
action characters?
Yeah, I buy him every Christmas and his birthday, which are 6 months apart. I buy him vintage. So one day at a garage sale, I bought him the Millennium Falcon from a vintage toy set from the 90s called Kenner, made by Kenner, called Power of the Force.
Knockoff.
No.
Oh, it is real.
Yes.
Millennium Falcon. Okay.
And it came with the box, and I thought that would be a good present for him because he loves Star Wars. On the back of the box are other pictures of toys you could buy. Big mistake. So now I have to go on eBay and buy these vintage, now 30-year-old toys.
Expensive.
And they've been kept in the box, each figurine by some nerd for 30 years.
Yeah.
And then I buy them for way too much, ship them to Canada. My brother gets them, rips them open immediately and starts playing with them. Throws the box on the ground.
Can you buy it without the box, or will he say something?
It's not as fun.
It's so hard.
It's not as new.
I could not
It's not,
keep a toy in.
I've done it. He doesn't get as excited.
Really?
Yeah.
Does
He's
he
like-
get excited though?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then he puts them on. He's got a shelf, and now it's like 20 years of me buying these figurines.
Are you the only one buying these?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so I kind of like have a lot of pride in them. It's like in my head, I'm like, he's just keeping my collection, and it's like
You're waiting for him to die.
it's so awesome, dude. The yes,
That's what you're saying.
yes. So what?
This
I
is-
love those toys.
This is just
I
like
love
the
them.
movie
And what's wrong with
The
that?
Accountant, where you keep your low functioning sibling at bay.
Yeah, no, love him very much. Don't want him to die. But yeah, he's got, and they're all immaculately on the shelf. And then sometimes he'll have them in different sequences from the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he switches it around to a different scene, he'll call me and he'll show me on the
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Oh, that's
So he
sweet.
can call.
I taught him over the pandemic. He can call for sure, but I taught him over the pandemic how to FaceTime. And my parents bought him an Android, so I had to teach him how to download WhatsApp over the phone, download WhatsApp, and then activate it, and then add me, and then use the video. And I filmed it, and it took 3 hours
Really?
over the phone.
Holy shit.
And then it's on my Instagram in I don't know, April 2020, whatever. and it's I put it there, the moment where he appears, because it's the pandemic. He lost his job. He's stuck in his little apartment. He doesn't have a lot of friends. He just needed to see me. He needed someone to talk to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was awesome. And
That's sweet.
Now every morning at 10 a.m. He FaceTimes me to wake me up.
That's cute.
And we pretend we're Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street.
Oh man.
Yeah. Every single morning.
Have you ever had a lady over?
Every single morning. Every single morning.
Do you ever have a lady?
Every single morning. Every morning.
Do you ever have a lady over and he's like, she's not Bert?
I'll be like, I got to answer. And I'll just like not
show the lady. But when you've been in a relationship, does the partner get involved?
Sometimes, not really.
No,
it's kind of like
it's private,
and also like she's probably topless or wearing a loose fitting tee.
Whoa, this is sexy, dude.
Yeah, I have sex with these ladies.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well,
no, dude, we know we know that you are a straight up bone thrower. We know that about you. We've seen some of your Instagram friends. We went through your Instagram friends. We checked all of them on the way.
All my Instagram friends.
Yeah, all your.
You know what's fun? I've been
a bone thrower.
Yeah, I just made that up.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's gross.
Lately, I've been.
Yeah. How? Why'd you do that?
I want to have sex with you. What were you gonna say?
Lately, I've been. My Instagram algorithm is sending me like girls with OnlyFans again. So on my Discover page, you click on the girl.
Click on one, it ruins everything.
But you click on the girl, and then you get to see what comedians are following.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I have a mutual. You guys don't know, but I have a mutual friend who literally follows every OnlyFans girl, and I'm just like, dude, the world can see this.
There's a few comics where I'm like, oh, you followed all of these girls.
Yeah. I mean, people are horny now. I think it's actually okay to be horny now too. Like, people aren't as judgmental if you're horny. Like, as far as as long as you're not being like, lecherous and like commenting. But if you're just like, oh yeah, I follow these women on OnlyFans and shit like that, they're like, people are like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're their own form of celebrity.
Have a wank. What was I going to say about?
Have a wank.
Yeah, have a wank.
Oh, Gary, you're grumpy again.
That's my dad's name.
Cranky. Gary, go in the closet, have a wank.
In the closet.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like instead of hangry, it's like my mom, my dad always gets hangry. My mom's always like, go eat a hot dog.
No, does he go do it?
Yeah, one time he was like, my mom was like, they're like traveling somewhere, and she was like overseas, and she was like, you gotta eat something. He's like, all right, I'm gonna eat that hot dog. She was like, you shouldn't eat that hot dog. It was like, my mom said it was like fluorescent orange. He was like, I'm gonna eat it, it'll be fine. And he ate it, and then they were in their hotel room, and the lights were off, pitch black, in a new place. And my dad was like, oh no. And he got up and he started
vomiting,
shitting and vomiting. But he didn't know where the bathroom was because it was a new place and it was pitch black. He couldn't find the lights and he was just like puking everywhere. It took him like 5 minutes to turn on the lights and it was just the worst thing you could imagine.
Turns on the lights, it's like a murder scene. It's
just this giant bald man. Oh, Christ. No.
Shitting and barfing. Where did he get the hot dog?
My mom was going, Jesus Murphy!
Is that his name?
No, that's a Canadian
saying.
Oh. Jesus Murphy.
Wow. That's so Canadian of you. So with the calls every morning, what happens if you miss that call?
I do right click it sometimes. I do. I feel very bad. Then he'll just call and call and call and call and call.
Really? I mean, because you are not a stranger to a brewski or a few drinks.
Yeah.
You're an imbibing young man.
I am, but I try and,
I mean, if you go to bed at 4, are you still going to probably pick that phone call up?
50% of the time.
That's nice of you.
I also want to get up.
Yeah. I don't like sleeping in.
I want to get up. I think 10 is a very reasonable hour.
Yeah.
Even though I work late, and I truthfully, I'm only imbibing once a week, really, these days.
Yeah,
I'm just so tired.
It hurts. Drinking hurts now.
I have so much fun doing it, but I won't do it anymore if I don't feel good going into it. If I'm tired going into it, I'm like, man, man.
Have you ever gotten your brother drunk?
He gets drunk all the time.
Really?
Yeah, he drinks too much. Our family, we love to booze. It's in our genes.
And that's fine. Like doctor's orders, it's okay to give an autistic person booze?
Oh, he's a big man.
Okay.
You know, we try and tell him not so much. You know, like 3. Only stop at 3. And he's like, all right. I'm like, my buddy Mike from high school comes over sometimes to hang out with him, and he's like, we return the. He goes, Peter was like, I returned the cans. Because in Canada, you could return the cans and the bottles, and they give you money from the beer store. And he's like, I got $15. It's like 5-10 cents a can. Like,
how much are you drinking?
8 million beers? What is that? I don't even want to do them.
Well, you can get money here too. It's the same amount of money, but it's just we're America.
You have to go to a bottling plant or something. I don't know.
There's a place right by me.
Yeah, if you want to get into it.
Yeah,
we could all get into the biz.
Yeah, tell your brother to ship those cans.
But yeah, well, he's already on it, man. And so anyway, sometimes he'll get drunk at like a family reunion. We'll find him. He'll be just by himself, and there'll be just 6 tall cans just empty by there's like the lazy boy that he was sitting at, and then he'll like walk around and like I mean, one year he got drunk and he tickled he gave all the boyfriends and all the husbands of like the younger couples wet willies.
Oh, that's
and tickled their girlfriends.
That's fun.
Showing dominance. And we were like, you cannot touch women.
Yeah.
And you should not be giving people wet willies. And it was like a big, like, you can't drink this much anymore. You just can't, or else you can't drink at all. But you can't stop him, you know?
Yeah. Does the drinking still, does that embolden him to just like...
No, he lives on his own.
No, but I mean...
He can go to the store and get it. You can't...
Oh, you're talking about the drinking. I thought you meant about the tickling women.
Oh, you can stop him. He's not... He's a good guy.
Yeah.
The one thing that we are lucky about with him is he is a good person, just generally, and he is a very hard worker.
Yeah. What is his job now?
He works part-time, like 6-8 hours a week, as a janitor helper at like a pub in Ottawa.
Oh, nice.
He goes before they open and like
cleans
up and moves chairs around, wipes down chairs, and he keeps getting fired from jobs because he chit chats too much about being bullied in high school.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's a bummer.
People are like, please don't. We were trying to work, and he's like, he was like a janitor in an office. Imagine just typing away, working on the reports, and then just a 6'3" man with a mustache going, Brian Moore stole my things, never gave me back my DVD, and he smokes cigarettes. And you're like,
he keeps a messy room.
He keeps a messy room. And you're like, all right.
You know, I think that's something that's like, because I want to have fun, but I think that a lot of times it's fun to make fun of the situations. And Shane Gillis has that thing where he's talking about his working with Special Olympics kids, and he says it is funny, and I think that you kind of are reiterating this, that there are like things that you can laugh at.
Well, we're not making fun of him. It's like I mean, I'm not. I don't think I am. Here's the thing: is if you watch like Love on a Spectrum on that Netflix show, is the parents can see the humor in it. Yeah, doesn't mean you don't love this person. It's like the only way you get through it. It's the people that don't have people with autism in their lives that get super offended. If you love these people, it's like, to me, what I'm laughing at in that, when I tell that joke about Peter at the office, is not Peter. It's the person not knowing what to do. Yeah. That is so funny to me because I grew up with it. I know that if that person grew up with autism, they would know, they would have the tools to go, excuse me, Peter, I'm very busy right now. We've already discussed not repeating yourself, but have a great day. And Peter would go, okay. And he keep moving. And he's not hurt. Yeah. You know, but Peter, no.
What's funny about it is them not knowing he's autistic at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like some guy.
This guy.
Some guy just showed up and said that.
They don't even know he's the janitor. Yeah. They're just like, I was just working today and a man just walked up to my cubicle. Yeah.
Who is this Brian Moore? Does he work here? Will he take my DVDs?
He's so indignant. There's a Brian Moore running around Ottawa, smoking cigarettes, keeping a messy room.
Does he smoke indoors?
So I'm assuming
Stealing DVDs. I got to talk to HR about this.
I'm assuming your brother doesn't know you smoke cigarettes sometimes.
Oh, he would not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would he say?
Graham, what? You should not smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be like, they're, whatever.
Have you ever like kind of found him like when he was going to this school with all the kids with fetal alcohol syndrome or whatever? Like, did he ever get pulled into kind of like bad influence? Like did kids try to get him to do stuff?
Yeah, like like throw a snowball at somebody, or like, luckily he's a guy,
The most Canadian
and he's a big
peer pressure
guy.
ever.
Well, like throw some ice at someone's head, or throw a rock or whatever. But I remember him. He has this one story that he's always like, like Jason Nelson told me to go to the top of the snow mountain and karate chop Sarah Wilson and go hi-ya. And I said, no, I will not go hi-ya.
I'd like it if he still hit her. He still karate chopped her, but he's like, that's racially insensitive.
Yeah.
I had someone do that in
Really?
high school. Yeah.
Like a racist thing?
No, there's a guy. This is one kid. I guess I'll say his full name. Tony Bassetti transferred to the school, and he told everyone that he's a black belt in karate, and then he like showed that he can kick high in front. And we were like, "You're such a dork."
Yeah.
And then it became a thing for us to get. I don't know if he was autistic, but there was something off about
Tony Bassetti.
About this other kid, John.
Mm-hmm.
And John, I would be like, "Hey, go karate chop Tony." He'd get out of his chair and karate chop him, and then before he sat down, I would move his desk like just a couple inches, and it would like make
This is the ninja?
huh?
The guy who said he was black belt?
No.
This is John would karate chop Tony,
Who
and
is
then
the ninja?
But then this is while we're in class and we're supposed to be quiet.
Yeah.
So he would get out of his chair.
He would karate chop the ninja guy.
Yes, and then before he sat down, I moved his desk just a little bit, and he would fall. And it would interrupt the class.
Oh,
So
man.
you're responsible for two people getting hurt.
Yes,
Yeah.
two bullying. I doubled.
You
You
bullied by proxy.
Yeah.
That was two
I
birds,
like
one
that.
stone.
Yeah.
He hasn't brought this kind of duplicitous Machiavellian
It was,
angle into
but
his
John was
adult
also
life.
like we went to an all boys school, and every time we got to disrupt the class, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So John was like in on it. He thought it was the funniest
Of course.
thing.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, changing the topic a little bit, your brother lives on his own. He has a job, kind of.
It's just for mainly social reasons that he has the job.
Yeah.
Financially, it's like, I don't know. I'm going to guess he makes like $50 a week or whatever the hell he makes.
Yeah.
So it's just
I'm sure
to
it's more
do
than
something.
that, but yeah.
Now, what in the little bit of research I've done, it's hard to get older as an autistic person.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the same kind of consciousness of your body and things like that.
Yeah.
And also there's something to be said about the kind of like I guess what I mean by like consciousness to your body is like you don't really like, I don't know, you're not conscious that you feel bad and like or like out of shape or something like that. There's none of that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we're worrying about his diet a lot, drinking too much. Right now, he's taking. He said he's taking a month off of beer, and then he went out to dinner with like the special needs group. They go out once a week, and I was like, "Did you have any?" They went to a restaurant. I'm like, "How many beers do you have?" He was like, "Just 2." And I was like, "All right, well, that's not
a month.
That's not a month."
Mhm.
But maybe he's taking a month off of having 8.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I don't think he drinks.
He can't drive, can he?
Oh no.
No.
I could never do that.
Because we have a friend. I don't think
He rides the bus by himself.
Yeah, to his job.
To his job. Yep, back and forth.
Does he have to be
Pretty
shown
awesome.
the kind of
The route and everything, yeah. But
That's cool.
once he learns it, he can do it. And
Okay.
he's actually like, he's pretty good at it, not in like a savant way, but he just has a good work ethic and like a stick-to-itiveness about him. And
Does he
if
set
you ask
alarms
him-
and things?
If you ask him like bus routes, he'll be like, I think that's the Q36.
Yeah.
Like he kind of just knows. And it's like awesome.
Does he set alarms for himself and like put himself to sleep and all that?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, he goes to bed. He just sort of wakes up when he has an. I'm sure he sets an alarm, but he He sleeps like 11 hours a day.
Oh, okay.
He goes to bed at like, we try to get him to stay up till at least 9. I know he goes to bed at like 7:30, 8. And he doesn't tell anybody. He's like, I was up, being like, please go to bed at like 9, 10.
What would benefit him if he stayed up 2 more hours though?
Just that he's not spending his whole life in bed, sleeping 11 hours, 12 hours a day.
Okay.
What we have to be conscious about is that to get through a day, his brain is running hot all day. It's just redlining, just like wee, like just all day, like just to function and get on the bus. Don't say the wrong thing to the girl on the bus.
Is his heart rate up and stuff like that?
I don't think so. But anyway, he's just mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
By the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's just had it.
Yeah.
And when he gets tired in a different way than you and I get tired. When you're like a little kid and you just feel like, Ksh,
yeah.
That's how he gets tired.
Has he come down to New York and visit you?
He can't. He doesn't. He can't drive. My parents would have to drive him.
That's what I mean.
He can't fly on a plane.
Well, why can't he fly on a plane? Just because it would be too scary for him?
Well, there's a transfer from Ottawa. There's no longer a direct flight since the pandemic to New York from Ottawa. And
he wouldn't be able to handle
He can't do the transfer, and you have to pay them extra, but are you going to get a good agent? I don't trust them.
Yeah.
So...
And it's also not that far away. You can go see him pretty easy.
Yeah, it's like a 7-8 hour drive. But I can fly there too. But I don't only go back like twice a year. And then I probably see him 3 times a year. I just saw him.
Now, the reason I brought it up is because like we have a friend named Mike Racine who has a pretty severely... can I say that? Severely autistic?
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's verbal, but I don't think he can function on his own.
I think he's similar to my brother. Maybe a little. Yeah.
I think Mike jokes about it,
but he's Italian, so the mom wants him to stay. Probably.
So it's worse, yeah. But I think he, like Mike has this joke about how like he'll get violent if there's like potato chips. Mm-hmm. Like he'll like fight you to get to the potato chips kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like not in great shape. Like I think they have to like really like pressure him to eat better and to exercise, which he doesn't really do.
Yeah. My brother will go on a walk.
Okay.
And I got him to do push-ups. That's it.
He'll do the push-ups?
He'll do push-ups and he'll do walking.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's better than most Americans.
Yeah.
He's doing okay. Does he know thirsty?
I don't know what he does about that.
Like, do you think he drinks soda or water?
My mom got him to drink water with lemon juice in it.
And he's into it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, he's good like that.
What about like
you don't want to drink too much and be an alcoholic like Barney Gumble. He goes, I don't want to be an alcoholic like Barney Gumble. Like he knows that's bad.
Is that the Barney from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about moods? Like, is there mood shifts? Like happy, sad?
Yeah, he gets sad. He gets he's on antidepressants now. He's seeing somebody, also government funded, like a therapist. And that's helped a lot.
What's he on?
I don't know. That's a good question. People on my podcast ask me that, and I don't know. I should ask. You reminded me to ask. But that's helped a lot, because you get caught in just thinking about the past and being bullied in high school and blah, 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 blah.
And that would like get him down and kind of stuck on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's dealing with shit.
Yeah.
You have to like zoom out and be like, well, he's got a little bit of a pot belly, a little bit of a double chin, but he's not obese. He's kind of doing pretty good, like average to maybe a little bit better than average than a guy who lives an average 38-year-old guy who lives on his own.
Yeah,
they all kind of look. You end up looking like that.
Yeah, he looks like an open micer.
He looks like an open micer. He has the same like Walmart jeans.
Yeah,
you're like, what color is that?
Yeah,
what color of blue is that?
Kirkland's signature.
Yeah. We had like he has been violent in the past with our family and stuff, but that was mainly in his early 20s. He's a lot less volatile that way.
Is there anything that like, because you do this, I know that you and Kirk do a lot of stuff with the kind of autism community, because you're probably one of the only, at least funny podcasts about autism.
Yeah.
Is there anything that like you think people...
Called Autastic, by the way.
Yeah.
Is the name of the podcast.
And it's still, you guys are still doing episodes.
Yeah. We don't never post about it. We have like our core group of like families with autism, parents basically.
And Kirk's one of those comics that's like always like somewhere else in the world. So
Yeah.
he's
heavy on cruise ships.
Yeah.
Well,
because his mass is greater at sea.
his massive. Well, he's just got to worry about retirement. He's got to save for his son.
Yeah.
So he's got just hits the, he's not famous, so he's just got to. That's how he makes money.
Well, he's also he's like a guy who's like cannot be bothered with ego stuff. Like one thing I know that when he moved to New York, he's the only person I ever knew who like moved to New York and lived in his car for a while because it was like economical. Like he would like do cruise ship for like a week and then like stay in his car and then go do the road. And like, cause to him, he's just like, well, of course I'm I'm only here 16 days of the month. And I have a gym membership.
3-4 days a week. He was 3-4 days a month.
Crazy.
He has an apartment and this is what you have to do if you're a parent with autism and you're not rich. He has to, even though most stuff is paid by the state in Sweden, he has to save for the kid later and obviously for his own retirement. So he's only in town 3 days a month, and he was seeing a woman and would stay with her, and she was just like, are we going to get married? And he was like, I don't know. And then, so now he's got to kick this French couple out of his apartment. They're subletting it. And now he's back there. And I was just at his apartment. And he was like, how do I make it look nice?
That is a good Kirk.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I was going to ask, is there anything you want to kind of like say to, like, do you think there's like a common thread of like something that you want to say about autism that like people just like, just a broad stroke kind of thing? Like, I think you said earlier, like you said something along the lines of like, people are all kind of doing their own things. It's like, or that we need different kind of minds in our society was a good thing.
I just think that I think things are moving generally especially even in the last 5 years. People are more aware of autism in society, and people are less likely than they were even a couple years ago to point somebody out, feel weird if someone's being loud or whatever. But like if you're on a plane and there's just a really loud kid and the guy or adult, I promise you their caretaker hates it more than you.
Yeah.
And just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. Ask if you can help if they're beside you. Buy some earplugs. Get some better headphones. Just be more understanding. If you're at a grocery store, don't stare. Smile at the parent maybe, but like trust me, they are going through it. And it's every day until they die.
If you're on a ski slope and a loud child runs over your wife, don't try to fight him because he's got two giant.
Yeah.
Honestly, that sounds like a great story. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that guy made fun of your brother and then you guys beat the shit out of him.
Well, we don't beat the shit out of him, but we punched him.
It's so funny to just think that they never could put it together either. Maybe he saw your special eventually one day and he was just like, wait a fucking second.
Yeah.
That's the kid that beat my ass.
I just wish I had that kind of experience with my dad.
No, you're never going to have that.
Yeah, I want to come together with him and do something.
Your dad would leave the scene.
Go beat up some mentally handicapped kids with your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you got it wrong, Wilfred. No. No. Anyway, speaking of my special, watch my special.
Yeah, let's plug some stuff.
Yeah,
what else?
Please.
Autastic.
Yeah, my special is called Live in a Bowling Alley. It's available on YouTube.
Did you record at the Gutter?
I record at the Gutter, which is a comedy venue and bowling alley where they do comedians you should know in Brooklyn. It's a
great room.
Yeah, great room. Proud of that thing.
It's on YouTube.
It's on the old YouTube. Graham K. Live in a Bowling Alley. Follow me on Instagram.
What's your handle?
It's Mr. then Graham spelt like the cracker and then K-A-Y. Graham K. Mr. Graham K. And I have a New Year's resolution to get 10,000 followers in 2019
on YouTube,
and we're almost there. No,
it's
Instagram.
2023.
Oh, okay.
Instagram, yeah.
Cool.
I can't do it. I'm not. No one likes. I would. I've been trying to do it for a long time.
You're clipping?
I'm clipping. No one cares.
Really?
Yeah. Can't go viral. I'm doing something wrong. I hired a guy.
How often
still
are
not
you
going
clipping?
viral. Three times a week.
Damn.
Okay. I would delete those old ones or archive those old ones, then just keep reposting
Yeah.
until
Wilfred
people pay
can help you
attention.
with this.
Yeah.
Wilfred's a kind of a guru.
And I only have 6,000 followers.
But he's helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 50. So
That's great.
He
Yeah.
had 40 before
before he helped me.
I
yeah.
showed him-
No, I had like 36 when you helped me, I
Yeah.
think. So, but I also have the benefit of, well, one big thing was actually, this is funny, is that Will Sylvince and I were doing new jokes,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked me what the difference between artistic and autistic
Oh, I
was.
saw that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, everything. They're they're two separate words with two separate meanings. And then he fought it. And then we got to the point where I said, have you ever been to the Museum of Art?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh. And then it's like gone viral. It's probably given me 10K.
That's great.
Yeah.
I had one get almost 6 million views.
Wow.
I got about 30 followers from it.
Really?
Don't know what happened.
TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Jesus.
We're-
Hope
I'm
you had
gonna-
those real plays on.
I did. I think I made it. Well, no, I didn't qualify at that point.
Son of a bitch.
Now they're
Yeah, what do you
ending.
need, 10,000 to
Qualify?
No, I just wasn't like a creator.
You gotta be a creator.
I didn't have it set up. I didn't know about it.
All right. Well, you got any dates coming up?
I'm going to be in Chicago headlining Zanies Comedy Club April 12th. Come check me out if you're in the Chicago area.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be in Milwaukee the following weekend, which I believe is the 14th and 15th. I'll be doing the comedy club there. I'm going to
Improv or the Laughing Tap?
be some new crappy one, but
Okay.
I'll be good.
Yeah, that's
I'll be
great.
good.
Cool.
Might be a Laughing Tap. I don't know. And then I'm going to be doing Seattle Comedy Club.
Would that be Laughs?
In May.
Laughs Comedy
It's
Club?
called the Seattle Comedy Club.
What?
I only do comedy clubs no one's heard of.
The Seattle Comedy Club. Is that
Or
the-
Seattle Comedy or something. Anyway,
That might be
GrahamK.com
what's
for all
the-
tickets.
What's the?
I don't know what it
what's
is.
his name? Rick's Club?
Maybe.
Bronson?
No.
No, that's not it. Rick Bronson.
Is it Rick Bronson of House of Comedy fame? My name is Andy Haynes, and this is The Known Zone. I'm joined by Wilfred Padua. Thank you so much for listening to this episode with our very, 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 very great guest and first guest, Graham K.
Oh, do you remember when I was first guest in your other podcast and you just never aired it?
You weren't our first guest.
I will be at the DC Improv May 5th through 7th, and then I will be at the Punchline in Philadelphia May 25th through 27th, something like that, Memorial Day weekend. Please like and subscribe to the podcast, as well as leaving reviews is so helpful. So please leave reviews.
Leave reviews.
And then
I'm Wilfred. Thanks, you guys.
wait, hold on. Let's get some of those nice noises you make when you're betting a woman. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.